Fala galera, estamos aqui na Gamescom Latam, último dia, e hoje eu tenho uma entrevista aqui para lá de especial. Eu estou aqui com o Bo Anderson, que é um dos criadores aí de Payday, uma franquia que todo mundo ama, eu sou um grande fã. Então vamos falar um pouquinho desse trabalho, um pouquinho de alguns outros trabalhos. Bo,
hey.
Nice to meet you, nice to receive you here.
Yeah, super happy to be here.
You like Brazil?
I love Brazil. Yeah, super cool. And fuck, it's big. I didn't expect that. Everything's big.
Yeah, very big.
Yeah.
So I want to say I am a huge fan from Payday.
Oh, thank you.
I played the second game a lot.
Hundreds of hours?
Like 1K hours.
Woo!
Yeah, it's very a long time.
1,000 hours,
Yeah.
that's good, that's good. I think the world record is 12,000 hours.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I don't know how that kid is, or man nowadays, how he is actually.
Probably very happy.
Yeah.
So Payday is one of the most remarkable games franchise in gaming. What's like create these two games?
Oh, it's life-changing, obviously. You know, I was a little kid with an Amiga, you know, kind of hacking games to change them. So I started playing some small games like Barbarian, Fairy Tale, and now I'm going back in history books, right? Because this is like 90s, 80s. And that's the way I learned English, actually, like from my computer games. Like I told you, I was in the military.
Yeah.
So I was kind of learning how a first-person shooter works from a command point of view, tactics point of view, and like how a group moves and what it takes to plan and everything. So, and then I did Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, you know, with Ubisoft. And that was very cool because I had just been on an assignment a few years earlier. So I came in and I got all that out of me, you know? It was kind of therapy, right? And then we had to close down this big developer called Grin during the 2008 crisis when all the banks foreclosed on everything. You know, the world, basically. They totaled it. So then we thought, we're not going to have any publishers anymore. Fuck that. We're not going to do any physical distribution. So we're going to go ourselves online. So we're just going to go Steam. And Steam wasn't big at the time. Right? Like, it was like Left 4 Dead was a thing, you know. Chet and the guys had made a really good game with the AI director and all that. So I was looking at them and speaking with Valve quite a bit. And then we said, okay, what can we do in co-op? Like when you play together, because the thing that draws people to buy a game is if your buddy's got the game, right?
Yeah.
And if physical distribution is out, you're not going to see other people buying a game, right? So it's going to be your buddies. And we didn't have influencers and stuff like that back then, right? So there was a Steam forum, and that was it. So we said, okay, let's make after Ghost Recon, we learned how to do a co-op game. Let's make a proper co-op game, and we always wanted to do a sci-fi game, right? Space Marines, gory, dark, you know, like they're going into a hellhole, right? Space Marines, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So we pitched this mechanic with like 360 combat, so that, you know, combat can come from any angle, not like normal games, like linearly, and also like always surprising. You never know when the tempo increases and stuff. So we pitched Sony that. And they were like, nah, you know, we got Killzone. Hey, Sony. So they said, no, we don't want that. But could you turn it into something more contemporary? Because like one of the producers there, he really saw the addictive gameplay loop, right? So we went and we thought like, what could that be? Like cowboys and Indians? Nah. And then we were like, fuck, everybody hates banks at this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, we're gonna do a game about 4 normal dudes robbing banks to get out of their boring lives. Like a breakout, right? So we did that, we came back to them and we pitched that. And the pitch is the funniest shit ever. So I'm standing in the room with like maybe 8 Sony guys playing and I'm alone because we afforded only me flying. So, and this is south of LA somewhere, right? Used to be Sony Online, right? And then suddenly the room goes a little quiet. More people come in, and there's a big guy coming in, standing next to me, and he's looking at this game, and he's looking at the people playing. He's going like, "Fuck, that looks good." I'm like, "Yeah, looks great." He's like, "Dude, we gotta buy these fuckers." And I'm looking at him, going like, "What did you say?" And then my handler, the producer, comes in. Oh, that's the developer.
Very good start.
Mr. Smedley, thank you so much.
Nice.
So yeah, and that was Payday 1.
Yeah.
And then Payday 2, Sony said no for some reason. Please tell me why. Please tell me why. I want to know why before I die. Please tell me why. And we went on to sell 55 million units. And it's still selling. And 200 million units DLC.
Yeah.
No microtransactions. Like proper DLC, right?
Yeah.
Like missions and weapons
Yeah.
and stuff. And it was just it's a fair deal. Payday was a fair deal. We didn't take advantage of the player, right?
Yeah.
And then we made the story up halfway as we went, and it became kind of a TV series. So we had like 8 hours of live action, and then we invited even more famous people. Like we did one episode with Breaking Bad, Giancarlo Esposito. We did Scarface, you know, all the childhood dream stuff.
Yeah.
So I walked into the studio and told them like, hey, we got 50 million eyeballs. You got to pay me to be in the franchise. And they were kind enough to give me the IP, right?
Yeah.
And the same thing worked out on Dead by Daylight. So Dead by Daylight has a lot of this, like Blair Witch Project, and I think even Aliens is in there now and stuff like. But we were the first to realize that, hey, crossovers is much better than making movie games.
Yeah.
Right? Movie-based games seldom like hit it.
Yeah, you do a lot of movie games, no?
Yeah.
The Walking Dead, John Wick, Terminator.
Yeah, and like it you can't capture that feeling that the fans have because they're pre-programmed, right? So anything that breaks it for them.
Yeah.
Right? But if you put a little bit into a universe they already love, it just excels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And what do you learn from making Payday?
Red Bull tastes like horse piss after a while, but you still need it.
Yeah.
Sleeping at the office is the most efficient. Dude, there's a lot of talk about how we crunched.
Yeah.
But it was really like me and one more guy. We were sleeping at the office most of the time when we made Payday 2. The other guys were now and then like, but him and I, we were ridiculous. Like one of the level designers. I was home 9 times during the entire production, 9 days. And people tell me like, hey, Bo, you're fucking crazy. First of all, I have an IQ of 182, so no. But I'm a little extreme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also know how to work under stress. I told you about the military and all that. So I pushed myself to my outer limit to really get Payday as good as possible in time. So I gave it all. Like, I gave it all.
Yeah.
Because making games is not high school. Making games is like, you know, top division football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if you think anything else, you shouldn't be making games. Like, not in that category. Like, if you want to sell 55 million units, you cannot sleep your way through it. No.
You have to work hard.
Harder than hard. You need to make, like I used to say, like, if I put in 1 hour, my competition, who is less skilled than me, needs to put in 100 hours.
Yeah.
So I put in 2 hours. So I put in 3. So I put in 5, 10, 100, and they're already behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you say about the collaborations in Payday. Have you any movie you want to enter in the Payday words or not?
That I didn't do already?
Yeah.
Yeah, Heat.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, I tried. I tried so hard. I was talking to Val Kilmer to come in and do, and he was almost there to come in and do a thing. But then his mom, so she was kind of a pacifist, and he didn't want to go against his mom at that age. So unfortunately, he never made it in. But that whole scene when he's shooting on the street, the way he holds the gun, and the way he fights in the correct diagonals and stuff, I can tell you, we trained after that movie in the military.
Oh.
We were like, he's fucking point on, right? Like, so good. I don't know where he learned it, but he has a past, or had a past.
Nice. And talking about Dead by Daylight,
Yeah.
do you think you guys create a new genre of gaming? Because after after Dead by Daylight, we have several games trying to repeat the same thing and don't did well.
No. I know the secret to Dead by Daylight, and it's not going to be revealed. So here's the deal. There's like, I build my games out of 4 things.
Yeah.
First of all, and this is a free tip to every game designer: childhood dream or nightmare. If you find a childhood dream or nightmare, like playing cops and robbers, playing hide and seek, Dead by Daylight, right?
Yeah.
Right? And you got the little scary things and, you know, what's in the closet, right? Then you're golden, right? Because most people, when they make games, they're like, oh, can we feature stack our way to success? Like, can we have more features than the others? But that doesn't really like stick. That's for longevity of the game. It doesn't really appeal, right?
Yeah.
So second is like, don't have more than maybe 20% of the game in innovation. 80% should already be known by the player. So don't reinvent controllers. Don't reinvent how the HUD or the UI, UIX, how it works and communicates. Stick to best principle, right? Because the moment you start reinventing the wheel, people they're just going to get out of the car.
Yeah.
Right? It's a bumpy ride. So they're never going to experience your 5th gear turbo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's 2. And then collaboration is 3. Like, I collaborate with movie studios, with actors, singers, all this, right? I did it 10 years before Roblox and these guys started it. And it's been the best ever because they bring so much value to the table if both share, right? So it's not like I pay them 10 million. No, they like your eyeballs. I have their eyeballs. It becomes a natural symbiosis, right? And the 4th thing, I'm not going to tell you.
Is the secret to selling a lot of units?
The secret sauce to selling a lot of units, man. work like you're in a soccer team, right?
Yeah.
And you qualify every day. Second, read every book you can on psychiatry, behavioral science, right?
Yeah.
Maslow's pyramid of needs. You're laughing, but like Maslow's pyramid of needs, if you know that, and if you've gone through it, you can make fabulous games.
Oh my God. And you work in Psychonauts too.
Yep.
It's a huge success. We make it defense the franchise expects a new game.
Well, Psychonauts 2 was great because we found, or we helped fund it, and me and Michael, my ex COO, may he rest in peace. He passed away a few years ago. He was really the guy who pushed for it to like join forces and make that collaboration. And yeah, that was a fun team. First day I came to that team, they looked at me and they said, "We challenge you to 100 push-ups." They did. So I stood in their lobby and we were doing push-ups competition.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I beat them. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know,
For you, it's easy.
it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, very cool.
The publisher comes in and they go like, and I'm the boss of the publisher. They're like, "Okay, let's beat him in push-ups."
And you talk about doing movie adaptations for games, no?
Yeah.
You play with The Walking Dead, John Wick, but what are the biggest difficulties to make these adaptations?
I think because the storytelling in a movie is the hero's journey. There's 3 acts, right, or 12 acts, and every story is the same, right? There's like 4 categories of story basically in the movie, right?
Yeah.
In a game, that's not true. In a game, we have a 360 environment. Our stories can branch, right? And the hero can die, right? And that never happens in a game, right?
Yeah.
So if you see game adaptations for movies, that's a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
Because people are expecting a certain end result, which they're not going to get, right? But like movie adaptations to linear games is a good idea. Last of Us,
Yeah.
right? Linear game. But I mean, if you do well, I almost said Minecraft, but shh, I want to release on Xbox, so I'm gonna shut up. So, sorry, Microsoft. Now I've been on Sony and Microsoft.
Yeah.
Who do I need to shit on now? Steam? Yeah.
Steam, Nintendo.
No, anyway, so it's like movie adaptations are really, really hard. And as a movie director, you're often not a gamer, so you don't understand what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So you don't understand that you're entering a non-linear space, right? And the only one who tells non-linear films is Quentin Tarantino. And how many of those do we have? One, right? So, yeah, getting your game to be a movie needs some extreme planning, some extreme transmedia planning. I, of course, have a few of them designed in the pipeline because that's kind of what I did with Payday, right?
Yeah.
But because I allowed the story to be open on both sides. I didn't say like, oh, it's following a certain beat. You could enter at any moment in Payday. CrimeNet, right? Like, you could drop in. Therefore, it was a free market.
Yeah.
Except when we buried the Bane in the grave and everything was over. In my opinion, then some fuckers resurrected him, and I don't know what happened after that. Take no responsibility for that. Nope.
And if you have to make a game about one movie, which movie you choose?
If I had to make a game about one movie, can I say Heat again? No, I can't because that'd be cheating.
Yeah, you want this in Payday.
Yeah,
have
right.
to choose another.
No. No, I would make Star Wars.
Ooh.
And I actually asked Disney if I could do this, and I had the money.
Yeah.
So I asked Disney if I could do Star Wars, the 50-year celebration, where you are playing Han Solo or the Bounty Hunters, because the Bounty Hunters would be perfect in my Payday world.
Yeah.
So that's what I would, and I grew up on Star Wars, and I mean the real Star Wars, okay? So fuck you, Disney, for the new Star Wars. I got them too, yeah. But the old Star Wars, the real Star Wars, the Lucas Arts.
Yeah.
I mean, we all grew up on that, right? So that's where I would go. That would take my books.
Yeah. Do you try the Star Wars Outlaws? Because he tried to do something like that and then worked too well.
No, man.
Nice. It's a pleasure to receive you.
Okay, but I just gotta say, it's so funny. When Jar Jar stepped in shit in the Star Wars 4, I walked out of the movie cinema and I never been back.
Hey, Bo, very nice to receive you here in Brazil.
My pleasure.
I hope you come back later.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. I've started an initiative here where I'm involved in a number of studios.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we're called the Deep Purpose. And what we do is we go in with some experts. We look at the last 10% of the games and see if we can lift it to that AAA level. So the guys can really build IP here instead of just building services.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a while. It's going to be a lot of teaching, but together with the government, together with universities, and also a lot of the independent developers here, we come quite far. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm not just visiting because of the beach, because you don't have a beach here.
Yeah, have to travel. And do you like the Brazilian games?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, there's passion behind them. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like people are like, oh, I want to build this from my childhood dream, and it could be I'm a soul-like player, right? So I want to build that kind of game, but it still comes from the heart.
Yeah.
And I think in the U.S. especially, Europe is bullshit, but like in the U.S. they lost their heart, and it's gonna take generations to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, very nice.
Fuck you, the U.S. Now I've done that too.
So, thank you again.
Yep.
It's a pleasure. I hope I see you again to talk about games. And pro pessoal que está assistindo aí, muito obrigado. Espero que vocês tenham adorado a entrevista, assim como eu. E a gente se vê nos próximos vídeos aqui do canal.